Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville, your home for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are glad you are with us. In this past weekend's NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars went to the Naval Academy to draft Rayuan Lane, a safety from Navy. Rayuan's head coach, Brian Newberry, kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, how we doing?
Doing great. Obviously super excited for Ray, and what an excellent choice you guys made.
Well, let's talk about him a little bit. Obviously, a lot of glowing things are coming out about Ray. We're learning more and more about him as the hours go on here. We'll talk about the person in a moment. Let's talk about the football player, Coach, the Jaguars are getting. And based on his highlight tape, it's a safety that certainly made a lot of plays for you guys.
Yeah, he did. Played a ton of games for us. I think 43 straight starts, to be exact. Was a huge asset for us on special teams. Obviously, a special talent that we don't see come through the Naval Academy too often, and just a guy that's gotten better every year. One of the most durable players I've been around. Just an exceptional athlete, an exceptional kid.
Rayuan Lane was a sixth-round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars this past weekend. His head coach at the Naval Academy is Brian Newberry, who's with us here on 1010XL in Jacksonville. Is safety the correct position for him at the next level, Coach? Obviously, special teams contributor as well. You think he'll relish that opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be a core four special teams guy, and obviously he got some versatility. The kind of athlete that he is. We played him at safety. We played him out in what we call an adjuster, on third down some, which was a guy that could do a lot of different things. He certainly has the ability to play nickel. I think, it's one thing that's great about Ray is just the versatility. And I think the thing that maybe he's a little undervalued too is just how intelligent that he is. He, in regards to football, the young man is almost has a photographic memory. Like you're not going to beat him twice on something. Extremely fast learner, able to translate things onto the field, understands big picture, just a super smart, cerebral kid on top of the athleticism.
It's interesting, Coach, talking to a couple of draft analysts this morning since the draft took place this past weekend. When I bring up Ray, people always talk about, or at least a couple of guys that I talk about the fact that if he wasn't at the Naval Academy, he might have gone even a little higher in the draft with all the requirements of a Navy football player. That might scare some teams off or whatever verbiage you want to use. But this is a guy the Jaguars got in round 6 that might have gone even higher if he was outside the military.
Yeah, maybe so. But I think when you take a kid from the Naval Academy, and I think Ray maybe even more so, there's so much upside to Ray. I mean, he's so many things about the academy. It's just a different place, right? And these players aren't in the football building all day long. They've got a legitimate class schedule. They're not in the training room multiple times a day. And so you take a kid here and you put him in an environment where all he's doing is football, and he's a professional. There's so much room for growth, and there's so much upside there. Not to mention the things that they learn here at the Naval Academy and being a part of our program. The academies right now are unicorns in college football. You're going to get a kid that understands the value of team, which I think we're losing a little bit in the world of college athletics right now, and development, fighting through adversity. All the things that you learn here. It's football in its purest form. All things that you learn here at the academy. It's a world-class leadership school. So he knows how to work with the team. He knows it's always big team, little me, and whatever your role is, that's the one you embrace, and you pursue excellence in everything that you do. And so there's so much value that you get when you take a player from here for a lot of different reasons. But for an NFL team, just the upside, the intangibles, the leadership, the work ethic. He's elite in all of those things. And so when you get him full time, there's still some rawness to Rayuan. He was raw when we got him, and I think he's still raw. And so there's a lot of room to develop and take that with just his intelligence and his desire. I think you get a special young man I think is going to thrive in the NFL.
You said a key word there, intangibles. Jaguar General Manager James Gladstone has preached intangibly rich Those are the kind of players he wants to bring here to Jacksonville. And you talk about somebody at the Naval Academy that starred for you as Ray did. I can't think of many more guys more intangibly rich than somebody that did that.
Yeah, no, I think in that regard, he's a perfect fit for what it sounds like you guys are looking for. No question.
As we begin to wrap up, Coach, obviously the city of Jacksonville, the Navy presence here is unbelievable. My stepfather was United States Navy. I have other family members that were in the Navy. There's a big Navy following here in Jacksonville, and I'm sure you appreciate that support and you understand what the city of Jacksonville and the Navy mean to each other.
Absolutely. He's going to have a lot of fans down there as well as up here for sure. And just super excited to watch his career and his development. And like I keep saying, just the upside for him is tremendous. And he's going to be a great asset there. There's no doubt about that.
Let's wrap up talking about your football program. How's the offseason gone for you up at the Naval Academy to this point, Coach?
Yeah, it's going really well. I think you're coming off of a nice season. You know, the seniors, including Ray, really righted the ship here and left a legacy behind that you can already see carrying on with these other players. And excited about the team. Feel really good about where we're at and the work that's been put in since January. Got a lot of good players back. Obviously losing a guy like Ray hurts, but we've got some nice pieces. But the just the work, how close this football team is, the daily pursuit of excellence is standard is really high, and so I'm excited about the future here.
Brian Newberry, the head coach of the Naval Academy, giving us some insight on Rayuan Lane, who was the Jaguars' 6th-round pick in this past weekend's NFL draft. Coach, I know you're busy. Thank you for the time. We'll talk again soon, pal.
Absolutely. You guys got a great one. Congratulations.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.